Hi there, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Europa Group webinar. It is Thursday, the 15th of December 2016. We're only half an hour away from the end of the whole of 2016 in our calendar. And you know, it only seems 5 minutes ago since I was saying we're going to start week one of period 1, 2016. And that's the way life is. We all move on. The business moves on. Have you moved on? Where are you going to be this time next year? And tonight, what we're going to do, we're going to review the Europa Group and the highlights of 2016. And, you know, there'll be some things in here that you think, that's great. And there'll be other sort of things you'll think, oh, that's okay. But think of this as your group, as your team. You know, is this the way that, well, how do you project your business by the end of next year? What highlights are going to happen? What are you going to make happen, more important, rather than just watch happen? Because 2016 has been an amazing year across the business. And there's been some spectacular progress, some amazing initiatives, some great incentives, and a vision for the future that this business has never, ever, ever had before, that's been backed by a company that knows where they're going. And JR Networks, in other words, JR Networks, our parent company, you may or may not have seen, they've got a little title on the side of it. It's JR 33. And that 33 represents the vision of this business, your business, being the biggest network marketing business in the world by 2033. That's only 17 years ahead. Now, you may shock yourself thinking, goodness me, 17 years ahead, how old you be, what's going to happen in your life in between that. But it's going to happen anyway, presumably you plan on being around, of course. So why not make the most of it and start now? So let's have a look at how our team has progressed this last year, because it's just been a transformation in many, many ways. I want to highlight that because sometimes we get a bit dragged down by the day-to-day and the week-to-week and the period-to-period and the little nitty-gritties. We don't appreciate what's really happening because you're growing all the time if you're doing something. So let's have a look how you and this team have progressed in this year. Okay, so then, let me just put this so I can just see the chat in case anybody has some little comments to make that I can add and bring up. Great, anyway, so welcome to Europa Group Review and Awards 2016. So I've got, you know, some very special announcements to make, just like the company has their, you know, rewards and incentives and recognitions, and we're doing the same. And we've done this now for the last 4 years, and I was looking back before at some of the highlights of previous years and how the team has grown and the different things that we work with. But you know, every year starts with a January. I don't know about yours, but mine always starts with a January. And our business, in terms of a calendar year, starts with week 1 of period 1, which is going to start in about half an hour's time. All right? But, you know, we're going to enjoy the next few weeks with our families because we deserve it. We absolutely deserve it. But have in mind your planners when you're going to get cracking again. Because the little bits you do in the early days can make a big difference in a couple of months' time. Get you towards that next level of the of bonus. Get you potentially aiming for those holidays. Get you going for gold, £1,000 a month. Get you going for 10 active wide, the little things. But let's look at how our year has gone then. So our year, in terms of a Kidneys year, gets kicked off with the New Year Showcase. So let's have a look. So what happened at the New Year Showcase last year? Well, a couple of announcements, obviously. They announced that the international destination was going to be India. You know, I mean, what company have you ever worked for in your life has offered free destinations, unlimited numbers? All you needed to do was qualify. Now, if you've been around this time last year, and many of you were, then you'd have had a chance to start qualifying for that in 2015, actually. Because the criteria was there, they just hadn't announced where it was going to be. So you knew that. And then there was Mexico this last year. And they're going to talk about a new destination for looking ahead to 2018. You see, they'll be announcing these kind of things, the criteria on which to do it. So I guess we can say the only excuse we can give, if we don't go on those, or not close to going now, is ourselves, isn't it? So here we are, India. Wasn't that exciting? Goodness me, what a destination to go to. And they announced the criteria, or they announced the way it was always going to happen. And people qualified for that and had an amazing time. So that was announced at the January show. What a great way to start the year. They also presented their trophies for the year. Now, there are different trophies available. The first would be what's called the Harry Crook Trophy. Why don't you look at the DSA and look at the trophies, the recognitions and the trophies, and see what the Harry Crook Trophy is all about. Because I want to recommend that you go for the Harry Crook Trophy, even if you're just sitting there at 10% or have just joined. Because it's all about the momentum that you're going to gain and carrying it through to the end of the year. And what it basically means is that anybody who's not a gold distributor, starting as in half an hour's time, so if anybody who's gold up until the end of tonight in period 13, even that's the first time they qualify, they will not be able to qualify for the Harry Crook Trophy. So that puts you on an equal par with everybody else who's not a gold distributor at the moment. Oh, okay, some people will be 21%, some people will be 18%, some people will be 15%. So what? What's that going to do with it? What's that going to do with your success? If you are the person who produces the most volume over the whole of the year till the very last minutes of period 13 of 2017, you produce the most volume through your team for the whole year, you win that trophy. That will also put you in automatic qualification for the European destination, which will be in the November of 2018. I don't know the details of that, absolutely not. But that's the criteria, that the way they set it. Why don't you look out for what the criteria is every year, or what's available and what you can go for. The next one is the Distributor Challenge Trophy. Distributor Challenge Trophy is for anybody who's gold or above, gold or senior in 2000, at the start of period 1 of 2017. So that would put me in the Distributor Challenge Trophy. Am I going for the Distributor Challenge Trophy? You're damn right I am. How am I going to do that? I want to help the likes of you achieve 15%, 18%, 21%, gold, etc. Because that's just going to increase the volume overall. It's going to help you get where you want to be. And if I do my bit, then that puts me in the challenge. Do you think I'm going to go that? Do you think I've got the incentive to do that? That would, again, automatic qualification for the following destination as well. But you see, it won't just be about that, because to win that kind of trophy at that level there, then obviously the incentive really is not just to just boost volume and help you go to gold is to help one or two people go to gold. See, that's part of the plan. That's part of the plan. What is your plan? I had a plan for 2016, written down, just the same way as I'd done it for 2015. I mapped it out every period, what we're looking to do, what my aims were. And that kept me on track. And I never worried about things like out of stocks. I never worried about things that didn't happen, or did happen, or people quitting, or people not doing what they said they were going to do. Absolutely irrelevant to my goals, because you're in charge of your own goals. And then they got the further trophies. They got the executive cup, the executive trophy, which is for people who are executives, bronze execs, and silver execs and gold execs. And then there's one for SEDs, CD Executive Distributor. A CD Executive Distributor has 5 gold legs, and he's probably earning about £50,000 a year on a residual basis. You know, that's where it's been. There's a saying in the business: SED is the place to be, because gold's good, but don't hang around at gold. Seniors, good. You've helped somebody go gold. That's an achievement. That's a recognition. That's a bit of pride for yourself. But bronze, then the money goes up, because the whole business is geared towards helping you really move the business on a bit further. And the bronze exec and above, you know, the money goes up quite a bit there. So why not aim for that? And then you've got other further ones, which is the SED trophy, obviously, and there's the Distributor of the Year trophy. So look out for those trophies being presented, and imagine you being in a position that you could get them yourself. You know? Feel it. Look ahead. Don't just look at what's going to happen in the next few weeks or the next few months. Look further ahead. And you know, he's somebody who did look further ahead. Jackie and Stephen McCormick had a phenomenal year, had a phenomenal 2015 as well. See, by following that plan and getting stuck in and getting excited, they won the 30-30 car challenge twice. That's Clean giving them a car, all expenses paid apart from the fuel. They've been on the seller days. We've got Madrid, we've got India, etc., etc., etc. You know, and their income is shooting through. So, do you think they had a plan? Do you think you feel that you know them if you've been and met them and seen them personally? Okay. Then we've got Gavin, our leader, with John Rosson Jr. and Michael Katkar. Yeah. So again, to help people who are relatively new to the business, to our team, this is Gavin. You know, and we'll talk about him shortly as well. And our leadership, our vision, our drive. We follow Gavin. We hang on to Gavin's shirt tails. He's been in the business for 24 years. I will say this before, if I can forget it later, as he's been saying a couple of times recently. I don't know where this has come from. As such, he's been saying this more often. He's never earned less than £20,000 a month for the last 20 years. Do you think you could manage on that? Right? That's the kind of leadership you'd like if you were joining any kind of leadership program. And he's Jennifer Sinnott, who again is rocking the business. You know, so to see her story, great. And again, Karen and Neil Young, you know, who were made Distributors of the Year for the work that they carried out in 2015. This is a discretionary award awarded by the company for the value they created and the kind of way that they changed and drove the online side, and you know, looked at groups and we use their 10 steps resource site, and lots of our training is all based around that. That's why that's on there, because we recognise that success and we're following it every step of the way. It's part of our system as well. So this was January. So we had a great time at the showcase in January 2016. Just set the year off right, got the ball rolling, got us, you know, got the cobwebs swept out the way, got us back to work, got us focused on our goals. So let's look ahead then. So what did we do? We went to the workshops. So these are a couple of photos of some of the workshops we went along in that January. The top ones are at Birmingham. The bottom left is at Birmingham as well. We went down there. We met up with Jan and John, and obviously Dirk. And nice to see Grace there as well. You see. So we went along there and we will learn the nitty-gritty, we will learn the ins and outs. We were getting chatting with people, we were working away, hands-on with our business. Great atmosphere. And I do recommend that you look out for the workshops that are coming up in your area or anywhere. I'm talking about outside anywhere, I mean 2 hours distance. Why not go along to a workshop and find out what's going on and be part of it? And the last one, bottom corner, this was at Newcastle with Liz and Angela here. So that was great as well. So that set the January off. So we've got the excitement, and then we've got the knowledge and information to put it into action. And we started putting things together. Now, I would say that our team was in a bit of a transition through from, let's say, the November 2015, right through the early months of 2016. Why was that? Well, you see, in my view, things had to change. See, I've always made money in this business, always. Never failed to make money in the business. Never failed to be moving forward. But it wasn't duplicating properly. And in a duplication business called network marketing, that's not good. That's not good. And there was things that we got the 10-step system, right? We got that, of course we had. That was the foundation there. But we needed to look to where put that into practice and get the belief and confidence through to the people in the team to then start making it work. And I'm going to highlight the changes that happened in 2016. Just shows that was a success. But the first few months of 2016, very much transition, very much working things out that you can benefit for, and you are benefiting for right now, and have been for a few months, and you'll see the results from that as we've gone along. So let's just kick on from there. And it's funny, I was looking back and I was thinking to myself, what happened between the January and the June? And we were working away, we were planning away, we were doing stuff, of course we were. And the business was doing well. And the team was doing well. But I can't tell you what we were doing, because we were just doing the stuff that day to day, ordinary, mundane stuff sometimes that we needed to do. We were retailing both individually and as a team. We were sponsoring both individually and as a team. We were going to workshops, we were doing trainings, we were doing webinars all together like that. We were just doing the work. And then when we came to June here, another big showcase. Now, why do you think that it seems to bounce these kind of presentations here, this presentation, from showcase to showcase, from event to event? And the reason is, events are the key to the business. Because anybody can retail if they want to, at any kind of level. And they can learn, they can practice. There's things to change and improve, of course there is. Yeah? But it's not going to get you that car. Or one of those cars. It's not going to get you on that holiday. It's not going to get you to gold. It's not going to get you £1,000 a month. You need to be at events. You need to be around successful people like Gavin. Listen to every word that he says and saying, what can I learn from that? What has Gavin got to say that can help me right now? What's Gavin got to say that can help my team right now and for the future? You can pass that information on to people who perhaps don't see the value of that just yet, or don't understand or appreciate it just yet. I think they can't afford to, when the reality is they can't afford not to. All right, and I know you maybe listen to this and say, that's a bit harsh. I'd just rather be fair and honest with you. If you want to make the money and you want to make this business a success, get to the events, get to the business opportunity meetings. You know, I go to Newcastle every month, 16-mile run across the country. Yeah, I want to be in amongst the people who are making it happen. Right? Go to the 10 Steps workshops. You know, go to these events like the showcase. Never missed a showcase in all my time in the business yet. But you know, here we go. Cars. Anybody fancy driving that car? Can you see yourself behind that wheel? Why not? Do you believe it? You see, when you're in amongst it all, and you get in that car, you think, I could go for that. Why not me? Why not me? So they've got a fantastic new car program. That was nice to see. So we've got the Minis, we've got the Audis, and beyond. Check it out. Why can't you want one of those? So here we are at that showcase. There's a team. He's Kaylee and Matt and Dave. He was having a little bit of a drink the night before we went to the showcase, and he was having a bit of lunch. Team event. We're building a community. The people in these photos, and if you get yourself in these photos as well, we'll all be sharing the beach of the world. We won't be having teas and coffees in the cafe at the ICC. We'll be having champagne on the beach in Barbados, or wherever your choices are. Why not? Tell you what, that's what we're going to be doing, and we invite you to do the same. So let's have a look again. What else came out? Let's have a look on. So I set June off, you see. That was the summer showcase. Making sure that we didn't just take the foot off the gas when the lighter nights had come round and we want to just have a beer instead of making that phone call, or putting that catalogue out, or putting that extra ad on, or whatever we needed to do as part of our plan for our business. But what we did do, again, team event, team barbecue to July 2016. Well, I do apologise. I'm in the north of England. And if you're in the south, like Andy, and I mean the very south, like Andy, down at Portsmouth way, then it's going to be a bit of a challenge. I wouldn't expect Andy and Tricia to make all the journey up here. But why can't we have these kind of events in 2017 around the UK? Why can't we have one in Birmingham and Wolverhampton? Who's going to put that together? Anybody put the hand up? Anybody living down Birmingham or Wolverhampton? Anybody living down Swindon? Anybody living down the London area or the Portsmouth area? See, if you put that on, I'll make the effort and I'll back it up every step of the way. What about Scotland? What about Glasgow? What about Irvine? That kind of area, west coast of Scotland. What about making it on a nice day when the wind's not whipping off? See, maybe have a game of golf or something like that, or whatever. It doesn't have to be a barbecue. It can be a day at Alton Towers. You may not like Alton Towers, but choose somewhere else then. But you get the idea. So we had a great barbecue in July 2016. So he's Peter. Took it into the biscuits to get a bit of energy down because he got a big blanket drop before when he got home. No, he didn't, of course. That was a Sunday night. Of course he didn't. Right. Nobody was ill from the beef burgers, fortunately. Well, not that they told me anyway. Right. We just had a nice time, a nice team time. Right. Looking forward to ahead. And he's Maurice and Den and Peter, putting the world to rights over a glass of beer. Fantastic. And then we moved on the very next month, to the August 2016 Christmas showcase. Do you see how fast that first half of the year disappeared though? But we were working away at putting foundations in, because all the planning we did when I said about being in transition was now starting to take focus. People in the team were moving on. People in the team were taking responsibilities. People in the team were getting more belief. People in the team were investing in their business, making sure they had enough leads. Taking the challenge of picking up that phone when they didn't really feel comfortable at doing it. And the business was starting to change. And in August 2016, the company announced some quite special incentives that were coming along the way, or changes, right? And one of them was called the White Label website. Now, I know that there's many people who have applied for that just yet, and it's taken its time to do, because it does have to be done manually, every single one. And there were over 2,000 people applied for that White Label website. And the first day it was announced or made available on the 7th of November. So we're only talking 5 weeks since that was that. But they do seem to be getting a roll on now. So, just follow up on it. It's only £9 per year. And what that's going to mean is you need to be in the business for at least 30 days to get this, but I would recommend you get your application firm in place in first if you're going to continue with the business anyway. And instead of having a K-Life shop and a cleanease.com shop, you're going to have your shop, your details, your website, maintained by the company, stocked by the company. Every single item that's gone there is going to be in stock. People are going to be dealing with you rather than what perhaps sometimes customers can see that you've referred them on to a third party. And you're going to get lots more loyalty. You're going to get the customer's details. You'll be able to promote offers to them in the future as well. You're going to get that far more personal thing. And I think that's going to make a massive difference to online sales, both locally, but especially on a national basis. Okay? He's Chris and Claire Kinsella, who, again, took the business by storm. And you're not going to believe this, but their business changed completely when they went to the January 2015 showcase, when they were only just 13%. And what happened, they started sponsoring a few people who'd had a bit of a success. That's what you might call the equivalent of the welcome rewards. In other words, helping people achieve £600 of sales in the first 30 days. And they saw their name in third place on a league table and thought, wow, shocked them. And they thought, wow, can we go for that? And within 3 months, they qualified to go to Jamaica. Now, they don't offer that right now at the moment, except for the fact that they've just announced Mexico, haven't they, when I think about it. So Mexico, let's just announce this quickly. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. As long as you're 18% which is a £4,100 turnover in your business in period 4, I think it'll be. You check your dates, check the criteria, and if you've helped more people in the top 5 of the most people who've helped people achieve that £600 sales in their first 30 days, you'll go to Mexico in May 2017. That's less than 5 months' time. And they got that vision of saying, I want to be in Jamaica, and they went on it. Now, was their business stable at that? Because they went gold shortly following that. Was it stable? So actually, when they went to Jamaica, would you believe, although they had some success, it wasn't solid success, and they were back down. And the period that they were in Jamaica, they had team sales of just £500. I'm not talking about their personal sales. I'm talking about team sales of £500. Now, sometimes people could say, take a back seat, and they're off, and they're disappointed, and they get negative about it, and it only happens to me syndrome. But they didn't do that. They learned from the people that they associated with at that event. And if you think about it, that was May 2015. We're only talking 18 months ago. £500 sales for the team. They've since gone gold. They've since gone senior by helping somebody else go gold. They've since gone bronze by helping another person go gold, and they've gone silver, helping somebody else to go gold. They've driven that business forward and their team forward with sheer work and excitement, and are now turning over in excess of £60,000 a month. £60,000 a month in less than 18 months. See, if you get around the right people, you get the belief, and you get a work plan, and you back it with action, and you seek support and help to help you do that, you can have that. He's Jennifer Sinnott had a choice of taking £10,000, or the equivalent in euros, obviously, for the Irish side of things, or took the Mini. Now, if you had a choice, would you take the £10,000 cash, or would you take the Mini? I've seen people on stage where the partner lady wanted the car because she was an absolute Mini fan, and he wanted the cash. Guess who won? I'm not going to answer that question. Find out for yourself. But if you guess intuitively, You won't be far wrong. But Jennifer chose the car. She chose the car. But you see, that's great to see that, because you see the real cash, you see the real cars that ordinary people are getting. And you may think to yourself, well, they're special. But Jennifer's got a full-time job, and she's even taken the business on even further. She's gone gold exec. That's 4 golds wide this last period. She won't be far off SCD. Check just short of €5,000 last month, less than 22 months in the business. You get around her, real people, why not? But you see, it's not just about that. It's not just about seeing the massive success like that. But he's a lady. I don't know this lady's name, or her husband. That's maybe your husband, But what excuse have you got, or you're going to give to yourself, that you can't go gold when you see somebody in a wheelchair go gold? Right? See, when you get around and you see that, that isn't just a picture. When you're there, that gets you. That gets you right in here. It's an emotionally driven business. We're a people business. And he's Karen Boardman. Again, what a story. If you listen to Karen's story, and you can go and check up on the Clean Easy HQ story, HQ website, and you'll see the adversity she's gone through. Brain tumours, brain hemorrhages. She has to go and check for all kinds of health issues. Personal tragedy in her life, and yet has carried on. And guess why? Because you see, in a job, they'd have been sending the occupational therapist, as she put it round. When are you going to be back to work? How can we help? Not how can we help get you better? How can we help you get back to work? Well, we'll give you, let's say, what do they call it when they give you the duties that just to keep you in the business, keep you busy, get something out of you. See, Karen, when she had her issues there, especially, she's still receiving her Clean Easy check for months and months and months on the residual income from the business she'd built. That's the value of the business. You may have a job, you may think it's your job, however, you're easily replaced. You're easily replaced. If you lose your job, what happens to your lifestyle? If you lose your health, though, that means the job goes as well. Here's Louise Conlon, again, driving the business forward. Fantastic success. But again, if you listen to her story, where she comes from, single parent she was, which started with 3 children, very low confidence. Again, health issues as well. Got stuck in. She's had a phenomenal couple of years. Well, probably a year. She's not been in the business that long, hardly. 18 months maybe. Fantastic. But you see, when you're in amongst this environment, these people, you start to think maybe you could do this as well. Or more important, you should do it. You should do it. Do you understand why? We then moved on. Again, sorry, the August showcase again, the 2 Christmas showcase. This is getting together with the team stuff as well. So we've got a bit of a mix on things. See, it's just great to get together with the team. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody again in next month. Well, I say next month. It's 3 weeks' time, isn't it? So it's that fast ahead. So we'll start planning towards that. But here we go. Here's Lynn getting a 10% recognition. That seems a long time ago now, doesn't it? Seeing she's moved on to 18%, which we'll go on to very shortly, isn't it? This is August, the end of August. Great team photo. Love that photo. He's having a relax, having a drink after the event. Right? He's Kaylee there presenting Sue with her 10% certificate. And as a result of helping Sue, that helped Kaylee get a 13% certificate. And I feel for Kaylee. She's had some real personal challenges, and she's battling through it. And she's there. And we're with you, Kaylee. We're with you. We're looking forward to seeing you coming back strong again, because you deserve it. And then you mix in with Rob Forster and Tracy Payne. Tracy Payne's had a fantastic year as well. So you can just sit around and just listen to them chat away. I wasn't in on this conversation wholly. I just stood there with a bottle of beer or a glass of wine, whatever it was, and listened in to Rob just talk an ordinary chat. An ordinary guy. I couldn't believe I've seen Rob before. I've seen him on the stage. I've actually had presentations from him as well in the past. So Rob's the second top earner in the business, believe it or not. And you listen to him talk, and he's just your guy around the corner. He's just a guy around with the same family problems and issues that we all have. But he's not got any money worries, and he's got a fantastic, he's grown so much in the business, and he's got so much to tell and so much to share and help other people. Just listening to him, just listening, picking up. So that was great. I love that. I love that day. And then we had the gala dinner on the night. So he's a dressed up smart lot of people here, alongside with Kevin Ryder. So we've got Kaylee and Angela, and Dave Lewis in the back, and with Kevin Ryder and Matt there. Just mixed in with everybody. That was great. Loved that night. So for the next day, but so what? And because I'm going to do the same next year, and you're welcome to join us. So let's say then all that things that happened during the year, what started to happen? Well, it all started to happen for this team around period 9, actually. Because period 9 traditionally, if you look back over the years, team figures tends to have a little bit of a dip because it's like the summer holidays. It's the schools are on holiday. There's the sport on the TV, left, right, and centre. There's lots of distractions. Yeah, having to be in the garden. Yeah, instead of making that phone call, instead of putting that extra add-on, whatever it might kind of be. Distributors sort of take a back seat. Generally, customers sometimes go on holiday. You can't let customers there away as well. Did it drop in this team? Not in the slightest. Period 9 was actually the start of things. But here's what happened in period 10. I thought to myself, this business needs exploding. Our team needs exploding. How do you explode a team? You find more people. You find more people. You work and help the people who are in it, but you lead by example in your business, because I'm not the leader of your business. You are the leader of your business. We're here to help and support you, and give you some guidance and show you what's possible and help you every step of the way on a daily basis. No problem at all with that. Happy to do so. But it's your business. And this is how I took control of my business, in that in January 2014, I saw a video. It just came out by Eric Quarry. Look up Eric Quarry. If you don't know Eric Quarry, look up Eric Quarry. I'll repeat that. If you don't know Eric Quarry, look up Eric Quarry. Listen to his stuff every day. Sponsor 20 people in 30 days. And I looked at that and I thought, don't be stupid. Not that I thought he was stupid. I just didn't believe that that was something I could do. But I learned so much from that video. And this is on our support site. We'll have a look at this in a minute, just so you can see where it is. But then I listened to his, how you could do it. And when you break it down and you understand the power of, as he's put on there, you can see there, slow and steady. See, if somebody tells you, don't worry, carry on doing what you're doing, and you just take it easy and you'll get there. That's not the truth. The business is built in spurts. It's built with consistent, heavy action. And he tried to train my mindset to think, well, I wonder if I could do that. Did I believe so? I'm not sure. Did I believe I was prepared to do the work? Possibly. But I wrote it all down, I broke it down, and I thought, I want to go for that. Did I do it in that first month? You know what? I only sponsored 9 people. That was my best ever, though. And that momentum took us to Venice. But it was always in the back of my mind to do it. And I made a decision that it was going to happen from period 9. When I'd been at that showcase, I saw what was happening. And I saw the potential, and I saw what other people were doing. I thought, I'm having some of that. And I want this team to have some of that as well. It's my responsibility to lead the way. So we got stuck in. Now you'll see there that led to being Gavin's top sponsor. I'd wanted to be Gavin's top sponsor for years. But now I didn't just want it, I needed it. And I put the work in, the hammer down to do it. And I can't remember, in that particular period I sponsored 22 people, which is good. I like that idea. Does it work? Yes, it was. Was it worth it? You're damn right it was. In actual fact, just to give you an idea, I actually sponsored 35 people in 42 days. Right? Now, I'm going to show you the results of that, not just from those people, but from the kind of activity that followed from the rest of the team, as that kind of fed through that what was happening and that they wanted part of it as well. So that was period 10. Now also in period 10, just into period 11, into period 11, 3rd of October, launch into Spain. Now, I don't mind saying when this was originally announced at the showcase, I found it hard to keep myself together. Was it because Spain, necessarily? A little bit. But I understood the step that had been taken as the first step that had been promised. And GRJ Networks had promised that we were going to go into 10 countries in the next 5 years. And this was going to be the first. And then there was going to be a second, and a third, and a fourth, and a fifth, and beyond. And I've followed and listened to their plans to hear their vision for the future. Like I say, GRJ Networks, by 2033, being the biggest network marketing business in the world. And this is how it's going to be done, by going through every country. And this is the start. Has it been perfect as a transition? Not on your Nelly, for want of a better phrase. I'm sure there's other ways you could put it. I'm sure other people have got some of the words for it. But I think the 5 goals that have come out of Spain in less than 2 months would have a very positive view about it, regardless of anything, the hiccups along the way, or the not being perfect, because pioneers don't expect things to be perfect. Pioneers expect things to be a challenge, to reap the rewards, the massive rewards for the future. Clean Easy as a company was not perfect when Gavin Scott joined. Was he? What? But he did it anyway. And that's resulted in £20,000 a month income, at least every month for the last 20 years, by being a pioneer. So if your white label website hasn't come out just yet, yes, we want it. But just let it ride. Work on everything you can, and let people who are in a position to do something about it, do something about it. Okay? But Spain's going to be a great stepping stone into Europe. Learn from the experience, and that's exciting. And you may not know anybody personally in Spain, but you'll sponsor people who know in Spain. You'll have customers who know people in Spain, and you will have business in Spain if you just get that word out in the videos, or just follow it through. But check out don't ignore Spain. Have a look at that website, www.cleaneasyespana.com. Just have a feel of what's happening out there. You never know when you might need that information. You might just bump into somebody around the corner. It might even be tomorrow. Don't miss that opportunity. We then went to Dalkeith, the workshop in 8th of October. Yeah. See, things were starting to build up. Things were getting exciting. This business was getting exciting for us. This team were getting excited. So here we are, And I tell you what, I was just so proud to give Peter Dent his certificate for 15%. Not just for the fact of the volume that was created, which was an achievement in itself. It was the fact he wanted that. And he was now in a frame of mind where, instead of making excuses not to make the calls that were required to find the people to do that, he was now making the calls and getting the experience, and finding, to be fair, that it wasn't really as challenging as it was. Do people, was he getting frustrated with people not answering the phone? Yes, he was. Was he going to tell me about it? You're damn right he was. But I was prepared to listen to that, because I was more focused on what he would get out of it. So he won 15%. Fantastic achievement. And he's focused just as hard on 18%, I can tell you. If he hasn't told you, believe me, he's told me. And that's great to hear. I want to hear that more often from people in the team. And he's done that by helping Craig up in Scotland there. And he helped Craig put together a plan, and Craig's getting some recognition here for achieving more than £1,200 of sales in his first 60 days. So well done, Craig. Well done, you. But I'll say to you, Craig, keep it going. Don't rest on that. There's far more to come from you. Far, far more. And here we go as a team together now. We're having a bit of fun, aren't we, at the end here? Look at this here. But here's the thing about the workshops. I want to put this across to you. You might go for one reason, you'll come back with some completely different bit of information that you never know could make such a difference. So here at the bottom left-hand corner, we were supposed to be doing a session on positives and negatives on Facebook, for example. What people put on timelines, blah, blah, blah. What the positive things, what the negative things. That was the plan. So we split up into two groups. Did we talk about that? Did we what? What did we talk about? The bottom left-hand corner, you'll see a girl called Tracy Mackay. She'd been in the business just 3 months. She'd just gone 18%. Right? So what? Yeah, great. But the thing is, she sponsored at that stage over 30 people through Facebook ads. Sponsored over 30 people in her first 3 months from Facebook ads. No paid advertising, nothing like that. She just got out and just put herself about, for want of a better phrase, got the information to people, asked them if they wanted to get started, got them started. Okay? And we were grilling her as to what she was doing, to what we could learn. Now, he's Lynn McLaren there, asking the question, because Lynn went to that meeting saying, I'm going to do, and this can be a common error, to be honest. People will join and say, I'll do some retail first, I'll get some sales, and then I'll look to sponsor people after that. Maybe. And Lynn learned from, and so did Lynn Rooney as well, you can see there, there's Peter listening in the background, that Tracy just got stuck in straight away. Now she's since gone 21%. All right? Knocking on gold for period 2. So that's her plan. And that has also taken her upline to gold, and their upline to senior. Right? So is it worth getting amongst people who are making it happen that can help you as well? So we think it is anyway. So get yourself amongst it. That was that. See, what came out of all these things, not from what happened directly in period 11, as if nothing had happened previous, but it all came together in period 11 as a team. All the transition things we'd been doing early in the year, all the events we'd gone to, well, we just picked things here, there. Well, we started to put things into practice. Well, we started making sure that everybody had the right number of leads, or encouraging people to get the right number of leads for their plan, and to have a plan in the first place. For making the calls to people who were going to join anyway. So if they're going to join somewhere, why not join with you? If you just follow a system, script, etc. For things that are already working. And that resulted in all those certificates, all those achievements in period 11. Isn't that amazing? So I just want to recap here quickly here. Turnover was £20,000, right? Plus, over £20,000. That's a 45% increase on the previous best ever month by this team. 25 new partners sponsored by a record 10 team members. That's 10 individual Europa Group team members sponsoring people. Profits of over £6,500 shared amongst the team. Record number of team members achieved new bonus, so you can see that. And all this before the busiest 2 months in the year. Now, okay. Now, what kind of results did that achieve as a gold distributor? And the reason why I say that is, do you think you can build a team like that yourself over the next few months that can do that? I think you can. There's a check there for just short of £1,300. Period 12 was actually £1,300. But a shame it was just £3 short, wasn't it, really? To do something about that. So there you go. Is that proven that the systems, the things that we do, the things that we learn, the plans that we put into place, the action that we back ourselves with, produces results? Because this can be your team. This can be certificates for your team in the next few months. that's going to get you on those destinations. It's going to get you on those extra money, the bonuses, and everything that goes with it. But we don't rest like that. So we went to the Scottish Millionaires at the end of November, and he's Lynn getting her 13% at that point. He's Lynn Rooney getting 10% certificate. He's mixing in with Claire and Chris Kinsella. See, I wanted to know get close to what they were doing, how they were going about it, and see what we could incorporate into our team as well. Each team does it slightly differently. That's great. There's no perfect system, as long as you've got a system and it's backed up with action. And we've got here Helen and Andy Walsh. We went on holiday to Venice with lovely couple. So we make friends along the way. I intend to have drinks with these two couples on many occasions in the future, and thank them for the effect that the things that they've said and done to help our team as well. And what else has sort of finished off the year as well, really, or finishing off the year, is that we now have our own resource site. You've no idea how much I wanted a resource site, and then it's come together all together, and I just love it. I love it. Right? I'm always thinking about other things I can add to it. I've just added some more stuff in today about the cash flow quadrant. Why perhaps people work hard but don't have the money and lifestyle that they thought they should have or deserve. So I did that today. So I'm looking for things I can add to it to help everybody across the whole spectrum, not just how to put Facebook adverts on, not just how to complete a sale, not just how to put a catalogue out, but to learn and improve you and so you can have the rewards and benefits that other people are achieving. So, go to that. I won't shout out the password on this particular one, because you never know when somebody's watching this, the password will have changed and they'll be saying when they go to try it, the password's wrong. Just check our group sites just to make sure that's up to date. But please, 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 please use this for yourself and use it for your team. Get your team amongst it. See, this resource site will do the work for you when you're not there. It'll do the work behind the scenes to grow your team, to increase their skills, to increase their confidence, to give them the information they need to build a business and the understanding of what's required. So let's have a look at some results then. All right, so we had a look at the year. Let's have a look at some results. Now, what you'll see here is sales plan progression for everybody who achieved a level in 2016. So you'll see lots of people at 10%, and you'll see some of the 10% also at 13%. You'll see some of the 10% and 13% also at 15%. Yeah. You'll also see people working through into the 15% level. And then we've got one single distributorship in the whole team, Morrison and Eiley, at 18%. And if you look at the BP, the bonus points figure that they achieved, that was in period 11, that there were actually only 58 points, which is 70 quid short of 21%. Now, to be fair, there was a lot of volume went through in that last day that they couldn't have anticipated that being the case, and they've done everything they can. So I do understand that, but can you see what's possible when you get your team going as well behind you? So this is great, but this list needs to be 5 times bigger next year. It needs to be having people who are at gold. It needs to have people, why not, who are at bronze. How many 21% do we have got to have on this? How many 18% have we got to have on this? How many 15%? And I'm damn sure there's going to be no room, or hardly any room, for the rest of it. I'm going to need 4 pages of this, I think, next year. Where do you see you on this list next year? Right? He was early. You're absolutely right. Yeah, fire up, Eve. Right. Okay. This is the results section. What about other results then? Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see what the team's done. Now you'll see that I started this team, this business, my business, in January 2012, I was having a horrendous time in a job. I was coming home feeling ill. I was dreading Monday morning. I was feeling ill from the Sunday night, and it was just wrecking me. And I had to get out. And I thought to myself, I know exactly where I've been, because I've been in this business before many years ago. And now is the time to return. It's about timing, and it's about ready for action. But you know, we didn't have that resource site. We didn't have online. We didn't have Care Life, right? And we were working still things, let's call it the old-fashioned way. But you know, that first year, as a team, just me and a small team, achieved the 18% level, and team turnover was just over £20,000. I think you can see that, can't you? £22,000, whatever it was. Yeah. So the second year, we got things going a bit more. The third year, and the fourth year, and the fifth year, and you can see there's been a steady progression. See, there's been lots of changes in the business over the years, and some changes have been seen by certain people as not for the good, and some people have walked away from the business, and some great people have walked away from this team. Did I stop? No, because I said before, my plan is my plan. I don't depend my plan on any individual person or group of individual people. I base it on numbers. I base it on creating security. I base it on guaranteed success. You can do the same. You can increase your business like this. Now, any conventional business might look and say that they're happy with that. Me? I'm happy with it. I'm happy for this year. I'll explain why. I'm happy where we are? Not really. Not really. Because we, as in you, are far more capable. And that's going to explode this business in 2017. But let's have a quick look again. We'll follow on. Because now it's time for the prestigious Europa Group Awards. So Cleanings have their awards, we have ours. We have ours. So, again, you think to yourself, would you like to be, or what particular recognition would you like for yourself this time next year? Who are you going to challenge? How are you going to challenge? What's your plan? How are you going to do it? Because everything you do will be part of the bigger part of your business, and your team can copy and duplicate you and follow your actions as well. So let's have a look at the very first one then, which is Top Retailers 2016. I don't think this was in any doubt. It's not been any doubt for a long time. And this is for pure guts and determination. You know, this guy deserves a medal in itself. Peter Dent. Congratulations, Peter. Top retailer. He's actually beaten his retail by 500 quid or so in from 2015. When at one point, in the middle of the year, he felt he was well behind. But he got stuck in, because remember what I said about he was going for 15%. He was going for 18%, right? And now he's going to take a short break, a very short break, to start getting a plan and put everything in place so that he can move his whole business on now, not just on retail, but across the board, you know? So what I want to congratulate Europa Group Top Retailer 2016, Peter Dent, £25,492 personal sales. We've got Liz and Den Gordon coming to the business this last year, you know, and 14,575. Well done, Liz and Den. Now again, that's probably about a half and half business. And what I mean by that, it's half online, it's half with catalogues. You know, I want to recognise Den for his contribution to the catalogues. He works a 48-hour week as a driver. Come back, he's out there collecting his catalogues out. He's out there putting his catalogues out. He's out there collecting them back in. Relentless. Dog with a bone. Right? Won't let it go. Building a fantastic customer base, but once more, that's his bit towards their business. And Liz doing her bit online, growing her group. 14,000 people in a group now. You know, lots of local business, trying all sorts of ways just to get that going. And then you've got Dave Lewis. Again, this is Dave doing his own little way as well. absolutely unique is Dave in this business. I think completely. I don't think there's another person like Dave Lewis in the whole of the business like this, where, you know, he's got his own way of going out and getting business. And this month, I can tell you, he's done over 80 individual dropships. What that means is he's got the money from people, paying him by PayPal, and then he's shipped that product out directly. Right? That's another way of doing it. What about Morris and Ann there? Good. Well done, Morris and Ann. 12,648. So that's an average, just short of 13,000. Just short of £1,000 a period, isn't it? If you think about it. Right. But I've just seen that. Would you believe it? It's just 13 quid in it. Goodness me. Goodness me. Now, to be fair, when I put the slides up, you may find this in because this is doesn't include today's figures, so they may be slightly different when you see that. But so I don't think Morris and Ann have done anything to put them into second. I stand to be corrected. You know, and there's Jan and John Lacey, Graham. Again, Jan has worked. You know, she's had a year where challenges all over the place, and yet has battled on, and I've got a group who starting from afresh. Wasn't in the business this time last year. I think we were just saying the other day, weren't you, John, about John on the 16th, I think, wasn't it, of December last year. And now as a group of over 24,000 people, and he's retailing the vast majority of that all online, majority local, building up. And, you know, I'll tell you what, she's duplicating that because Tracy's following that. You know, learning from the experts. And I'm looking forward to Jan and Tracy helping the rest of the team with all that. There. Leaves me, you know, down at 8,600. Now that's my lowest ever in my time. I've done as much as 14,000. Last year was just short of 12, I think it was 11, 12. But you can probably see that I've spent a lot more time on different areas of the business. I've never aimed to be a big retailer. That's part of my plan. But having said that, the white label website, I aim to make use of that because I think that'll make a huge difference to everybody. And I want to lead on that one and find out all about it so I can show you what it's all about as well. Top sponsor. See, this is, Gavin always says this is the sexy side of the business. Yeah, you know, you see Gavin, if you listen to Gavin's training from his intro story, he'll say you roll with two oars. If you go around with an oar with just one oar, or retail, you'll go around in circles. If you roll with one or just to sponsoring, you'll go around in circles. You roll with two, you can move forward, and then you've got a speedboat. So I put my focus into team building, sponsoring, getting more leads than I can handle, making calls when I don't want to, following up for people who don't answer the phone. 127 people sponsored this year. That's nearly twice. It's a damn shame, isn't it? Isn't more than twice, but never mind. Nearly twice as much as 2015. You know, and I did that on the back of seeing Neil Young last year do 149 and be Gavin's top sponsor. You see, I saw somebody else. I thought, if he can do it, I can do it. Why not? Just a guy, you know, he can still different leads for me. If I get enough leads and I follow it up, that's that. But you see, what's happened there, when I say things have changed this year, the whole concept, we've got Liz, fantastic, sponsored 30 people this year. And there's Jan on 18, okay? Somebody who doesn't like the telephone. You don't mind me saying that, Jan? You know, still stretching to 18. But that's going to be 3 times the figure in 2017. I am 100% confident that Jan will sponsor more than 50 people. That's 1 a week for a period. In fact, I think she'll smash that because she's got her head around that. But you have a look, you see, the team in 2015, 23 people outside, you know, I'd sponsored 65. Team sponsored 23. I've got those figures Slightly wrong there. There should be 88. Sorry. Okay. I have to change this. Do excuse me. I can't have this. I'll have to have that. Sorry, the figure's wrong around. The team in 2015 did 23. I did 65. That's a total of 88. The team in 2016 the 23 and 65 is 88, right? That was 2015. The team in 2016 have done 136. Okay, add my 127 into it, and that's 263. That's right. Well, we'll live at that. You can see that anyway. All right. Almost twice as many people sponsored into the team, but more than anything else, look at that jump, 23 to 136. What's that? 5 times as many people? You see what's happening? See that? Right? You're right. Yeah, you got it right. 263 for 263 from 88. So yes, isn't it? Isn't it just right? See, this team, we're cracking this sponsoring. We're cracking this Facebook sponsoring. We're cracking the leads. We're cracking the codes. We're just on a roll, right? And you can do the same. What else we got then? That's the top sponsors. What about new business? New business is the volume of sales brought in by all the new people that were sponsored. So I'll claim recognition on that for this one. 14,537 sales by people that personally sponsored. But look what Jan's done. 5,852. Predominantly by helping Tracy follow her system for online success. Predominantly. And Peter, 3,751 in 3rd place. Predominantly by helping Craig achieve his. Yeah, right? Now, if I say to you that there's something called the Directors Club, and you say, and what's the Directors Club, right? The Directors Club is a recognition by the company for, and they've opened it up for a full year now, and it runs from period 9 to period 9 of 2016 to period 7 of 2017, so 16 to 17. It'll then run from period 8 of 2017 to period 7 of 2018. So you've got to get a run at this. I want you to have it in the back of your mind, because if you do 27,000 points of business from new business sales, that will get you free ticket for the showcase, for the Christmas showcase, free gala dinner as well, and a drink with the champagne with the directors. That's the Directors Club, and the recognition that goes with it. There was 400 people on that stage last year getting it. You could be there as well by new business, right? It's a key point as to how you make people. And again, new business is what the company put the recognition on for the league tables, for the destinations. So get your people off to a good start. It's worth it. It's worth it. What's next then? What can be next? Well, goodness me. Goodness me. Goodness me. Europa Group Distributor of the Year 2016. Liz and Den Gordon. Without a shadow of a doubt in my mind. Without a shadow of a doubt. You know, face the challenges along the way. You know, grown through all the challenges. Yeah? Come on, supported this team to the nth degree. Change their vision dramatically. I listen to Den, and he knows what he wants out of this business and where he sees his future as well. What a couple working together, right? So, absolutely, fully deserved Distributor of the Year, Europa Group, 2016, Liz and Den Gordon, congratulations. You deserve it. And I'm proud to know you and the work we do together. Thanks for, keeping me right every now and again. That's great. That's great. And I do respect that. I respect where you're coming from. And we work together fantastically. But you see, what they give to you as part of this team, without any direct reward, some people wouldn't appreciate. But leaders, we're looking for leaders. We love leaders, right? And there's plenty of room for more leaders at the top. Who's going to be then? Who's going to stand out in 2017 as Europa Group Distributor Year? Yeah, fantastic. Let's move on quickly then. All right, 2017, because that's 2016 as far as the business years is concerned, has just finished. What's happening next? You've got a big star on Spain. We're in Spain. Where else are we going next? Where else is your business going there? What kind of vision do you have for your future? Can you see that? Can you see where your business can be? Right? Are you expecting? I don't say hoping. I don't say wanting. Are you expecting massive growth? Because you should be. And if you're not, you might have to ask yourself, why not? And maybe find something within you that can help change that, or go and speak to somebody who has that vision and ask why or how. See if something can rub off you. Let's not hang around, guys. And let's start it as we started 2016 at the showcase at the ICC. Saturday, 7th of January. Free if it's your first time. All you need to do, you don't need to book a ticket, you just need to ring up and ask for it. They'll reserve your free ticket. Guests free, no limit as guests. I'm not sure they're going to be able to hold it. The hall's going to hold everybody. That's not my problem. That's their problem. Go and listen to these people. Get around the right people. Set your business off right. We're going down on the Friday the 6th. We'll be there in the afternoon. Get together, have a chat, team sizzle, a bit of a night out, pizza, maybe an Indian, maybe a Chinese. Who knows what we're going to do? We're all going together. We're going to have a team event because we're going to set up a year from there. And there's some people who are speaking there that might just say something that makes all the difference to your whole year. And if you're not there, you won't even know you've missed it. So, set your goals for 2017. Spend the holiday. You enjoy yourself. Listen, you deserve it this year. And congratulations for you for anything you've achieved, how you've come on. Or if you just joined the business recently, still, spend some time planning and everything like that. But spend your time deciding how you're going to spend 2017. Find out what resources you need. Understand your reason why. And never forget it. Never forget your reason why. Because your reason why, your goals and dreams don't change. Don't settle for less. And work out how you're going to get it to where. And find out who's going to help, what resources you need, and put a plan into action. Thank you for coming along and attending. I know it's been a bit longer this time. I just had so much to cover. I wanted to cover. The recording will be up by tomorrow. You can review it again there. I'll update the slides with the actual end of period and end of year figures. So you got them as an accuracy as well. But I'm so proud of everybody in this team. And I want to see your success across the stage in 2017. You've just got to want it.